Crypto.com Crowcoin holders, why is Crowcoin going down? We got to be talking about this. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into it. All right, guys. So first things first, over on Twitter, follow me at 333 Blacksea. I say, are you bullish on Crypto.com or are you bullish on Crowcoin? Because I want to bring this up. This is a point of contention that we've talked about many, many times on this channel of Crypto.com, Crowcoin. Are they one the same? Are they not the same? And in my opinion, I think we're back in that scenario where Crypto.com and Crowcoin share the same vision of really making crypto be mainstream. And I think that has happened. Now, the question is, does Crypto.com push Crowcoin more? Well, you saw that they did a beautiful move to really reassure the Crowcoin investors that they were a part of Crowcoin by really starting that Crypto.com and Trump's Truth Social Crowcoin Treasury Fund, all right? So I think that we can say now that Crypto.com and Crowcoin are one. Crowcoin is Crypto.com's coin, not just Chronos chain, right? But it has been a very interesting pathway to get here, and I just want to throw that out there. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Crypto.com and Crowcoin are one and the same once again? Because way back when I first got involved in Crypto.com and Crowcoin, I bought Crowcoin because it was Crypto.com's coin, and I think that we've come full circle and we're back there again, which hopefully it stays that way. But in between then and now has been quite a strange trip. But regardless, I'm just sprinkling some copium for you guys because Crowcoin is dumping. The traditional market's kind of scaring everybody, and the crypto altcoin market has been really getting beaten and battered. So looking at Crowcoin right now, we are trading below a very important price level of 15 cents. This is a very important price level in my opinion, but I do want to say that when I look at this, it looks bearish because we're seeing daily candle closures below 15 cents. Now, if we were to see this retrace right back up and flip 15 cents as support, it's a little bit of a trap. Now I'd say, yeah, guys, get ready. We're probably looking for a little bit of a relief bounce, which I will say later on in this video, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin. I do think that there is a relief bounce coming. Now, the question is, do we see that play out into Crowcoin and into altcoins? In the meantime, guys, the market is in a very strange spot. So why is Crowcoin dumping here? Because, in my opinion, people are a little bit worried about the 4-year cycle ending. Bitcoin saw a huge leverage flush out, and really the altcoins took a massive beating. And I know that a lot of people that are not new to this crypto space will view this big liquidity event towards the end of a bull market cycle as potentially like a warning shot that, hey, maybe we are going to see some big volatility swings. And now, since we saw this, we're probably going to see this wick get fulfilled. Because usually when you see big liquidity grabs like this, the coin or the chart tends to fulfill that in time with candle closures, okay? Now, do I think that Crowcoin is just going straight down? No. I don't think it's just going to go straight down to 0.0830. I don't think it's going to touch that area. I think that's a possible area to test, but I don't necessarily think that we're going to be going there right now. But in the short term, guys, yeah, I'm short Crowcoin. I am short. I shorted from basically right at 15 cents when we started to break down. I have a very tight stop loss because, in my opinion, I think this could turn around at any moment. And when I look at Bitcoin looks like it is getting ready for a bounce. We'll take a look at that shortly. But if you guys do want to trade, right now my Crowcoin short is $321 in the profit, 191% gain on it. If you guys do want to trade with me as well, I'm not telling you to trade, but I'm telling you if you would like to, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below. We have a 10% bonus on all deposits to BTCC, as well as up to 500x leverage if you want to do some high leverage scalping, which in my opinion, right now is probably the time to be looking for those scalps because we're probably going to be chopping around. I don't really think we're going straight down to zero. and we're obviously not going straight on to zero, but I don't think that we're going to see a larger capitulation event happen right now. I think that we need to just see the price action chop a little bit sideways, and I think that's probably what's going to play out. So I do think that high leverage scalping is probably the move right now. Not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market and what I'm doing. So if you want to, pin comment section, description box below. Check out BTCC. Take advantage of the 10% bonus on deposits. Absolutely insane. But all in all here, Cronus is at rank 26. Down about 8.5% in the past 7 days. Catching a little bit of a bid here in the past hour. Moving into some weekend price action. Sitting at about a $5 billion market cap. But I do want to emphasize here that you look at this overall market. Bitcoin's at about 107,000. Now, why do I expect a bounce? I've been talking about the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin. And I've been saying that a test. I keep doing that. I keep drawing on the screen when I'm trying to. I'll draw in a second, okay? What I keep talking about is this test of the 200-day moving average I've been talking about for the past couple of days. And we've tested it, but now it looks like it's a very important time here because I expect a bounce off of this area. I expect a bounce of potentially 116,000 at least. Either it puts in a big bull trap or it sets us up for new all-time highs. It's one or the other, in my opinion, from here. And if I look at like the lower-term time frames, like the 4-hourly, it does look like this could be look, the wick got fulfilled. The wick got fulfilled on candle closing basis. The hideous chair pattern got put out, and now it looks like we're starting to bounce here. And you look at market cipher as well. You have a green dot on the volume. The money flow is still thick in the red, but it's starting to come up on the 4-hourly. But all in all here, guys, I am long Bitcoin right now. I think that we are due for a bounce, and thus I think that Crowcoin is probably going to be bouncing relatively soon as well. The real question is do we see a capitulation after the bounce? Do we hit 116K and it's a bear trap and then we come down? If that's the case, then yeah, guys, you got to be ready for Crowcoin and other alts to take a little bit of a beating. But I just can't. I'm not going to just completely pivot here because, guys, in my opinion, Q4 should be bullish for altcoins. Rate cuts, pivot to quantitative easing, money printer go burr, right? We're seeing all these things playing out. But that does not mean that the first half of Q4 can't be bearish. It also doesn't mean that this can't be just one massive capitulation before we see a huge V-shape. But I do think that this is a very important area of interest here around the 200-day moving average. If you zoom out as well, closing below the past peak here around like 108,000 is a little worrisome. But a little bit below is absolutely fine. Usually when you're below the 200-day moving average, it's potentially a good buying opportunity. So all in all, if we're still in a bull market, that is, okay? Emphasis on that. But all in all here, we are at a very make-or-break moment here in the next coming couple days. I'll take a look at the weekly as well. The weekly, I don't really love how the weekly looks, but I don't hate it. Like, it's just consolidating. I would not be surprised to see really this next week on this next weekly candle closure to see where we're headed for the next coming months, really, the next few weeks. So it's going to be very important weekly candle closure. But regardless, guys, when you have Bitcoin breaking below, scaring everybody off, the traditional market's scared because of these China tariffs, even though it's nothing burger in my opinion. I think it's going to be settled, and we're going to be back to new all-time highs relatively soon. And people are spooked. So Crowcoin obviously is going to continue to dump because I'm short Crow with tight stop losses. I'm long Bitcoin, but all in all here, Crow's getting beaten up by overarching economics, overarching crypto movements, how Bitcoin's acting, and really a lot of the pot is getting stirred by these exchanges, by Aster, Hyperliquid. Pretty fascinating times. It's kind of scaring people. And also, a lot of the excitement has been in the traditional market. And I think that a lot of people discredit a lot of people saying that, oh, well, like retail isn't coming. Guys, retail are interested, but they're just in the traditional market right now. And I think that there's a time and place for them to come back to crypto and altcoins. But I think we need to see some big price swings for that to play out. And I think that if there were to be a time for that, it will be in Q4, maybe, just maybe in Q1. But it's too early for me to make that prediction. I need to see how the price action plays out a little bit more. But guys, let me know in the comments below. Are you bullish on Crowcoin? Do you think the bull market's over? I know I'm being a little bit hawkish and bearish here, but guys, I'm bearish in the short term, and I do believe in alts and crypto in the long term. I really do. Guys, and I do want to also emphasize that I'm a Bitcoin investor and an altcoin trader. I trade Crowcoin. I trade the memes to get more capital to buy Bitcoin. But that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Check out all those awesome affiliate links down below. Sign up to BTCC, and I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.